Thank you for coming in. Let's talk about the transition a little bit. And these reports this morning that Jared Kushner now considering taking a formal role in the White House. The ethics chiefs for both President George W. Bush and President Obama say that's illegal.
Well, I talked to Jared Kushner just this morning again, and he said he has not applied for any formal role. He has not applied for national security clearance, George, but at the same time, he will continue to be very important to his father-in-law, who just happens to be the next president. Jared was incredibly important to our campaign effort and to the election, and he's a trusted advisor of his father-in-law. That won't change. All the adult children, really, and the in-laws will be very supportive.
But is he actually considering taking a formal job inside the White House?
He has not applied for that, and he lives here. He runs a pretty significant business here. Their 3 small children are here with them. And so it's a very important decision that many of us face, frankly. But he has not applied for anything formally. And I just think many of these press reports are false and inaccurate. And I would just call on everybody to just give us a little bit of time to form our federal government, get those appointments in place, and respect the election results and allow this man to do his job.
But it's clear that the president-elect values him. Does he want him to be in the White House?
Well, he wants him to be an advisor to him, which he will continue, but he's also his son-in-law, so he's family. And that's really what we should focus on here. I know the Bush sons were very involved in their father's administration. One became president of the United States, and they both became governors. So we would harken back to that as well. It's a very special relationship. Very few people in this country have the ability to serve as president, and of course their family members, particularly adult children, will be very supportive of that.
You mentioned your own situation. You going to join the White House?
I may. I didn't see mother of 4 small children in any of the job descriptions that I checked out. I'm sure your viewers can relate, but it's been such a privilege and an honor to be Donald Trump's campaign manager and to work with my old friend and client, Mike Pence, our new vice president. And I want to go and serve at my best and highest use, George. And so I'm still discussing that with Donald Trump. I told him I'm not a priority. Today at 5 p.m., Mr. Trump and Mr. Pence will be meeting with Prime Minister Abe from Japan, and we're being very respectful and deferential to the fact that President Obama is still the president. So these meetings have to be a little bit less formal, and we already have a commander-in-chief and a president. He's on his last foreign trip, and we would like to show the respect to Prime Minister Abe, but at the same time show the respect to President Obama.
Meantime, you're hearing some top Democrats now talk about working with the president. Like you've got Chuck Schumer, the Democratic leader in the Senate, Elizabeth Warren, Senator Bernie Sanders, all saying if Donald Trump focuses on infrastructure, paid maternity leave, reforming trade bills, they can build bipartisan coalitions. Is that the direction he's going to move in?
Yes, and we're thrilled to hear that. Donald Trump made very clear what his first 100-day plan would be. Everyone can pull it up and see, and I assume those senators have done that. It does include infrastructure and energy investments. It does include job creation. It includes a different direction for health care for some Americans, and it certainly includes trying to reform our immigration system and to get a little bit more robust in defeating radical Islamic terrorism around the world. I'm happy to hear that from the senators, and I think that spirit of cooperation where divided government has been an excuse for too long, I think that spirit of cooperation was reflected in what Vice President Biden said yesterday to Vice President-elect Pence, which is we had a great productive conversation. The Vice President said, quote, "I'm confident that the government is in good hands with Trump and Pence." And then he said that no administration is formed this early on. You have to give it time. And we don't really want to rush through these decisions. It takes some time to get it right.
Kellyanne Conway, thanks very much.
Thanks for having me.